In this programme, visitors to England begin to find their way about.
Hello, how can I help you?
I would like to change these traveller checks into English money, please.
I'd like 2 tickets for Amadeus tonight, please.
I can do 2 in the middle of row E at £10 each.
No, that's too expensive.
They learn to say what they want and what they think as they go out and about. Say what you want. Say what you think. Everyday English. First, changing your money.
Hello, could I have £200 worth of German marks, please?
You can change your money in a bank or at a travel agent's.
Hello, how can I help you?
I would like to change these traveller checks into English money, please.
Okay. Do you have your passport?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. £100?
Yes,
You
please.
just need to sign your cheques on the top for me, please.
Yeah. Here you are.
Thank you. Thanks. How do you like the money?
I would like some 10s and 20s, please. And I would like some coins, £5 in £1 coins, please.
That's 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 96, 7, 8, 9, £100 and your receipt. Okay?
Oh, that's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And now, finding a hotel.
Good afternoon, sir. How can I help you?
Good afternoon. I want a single room for 2 nights. What are your prices?
A single for 2 nights, sir. That's £52 per night, and that includes breakfast and VAT.
That will be all right. I'll have a single for 2 nights with bath. Thank you.
Would you like to see the room, sir?
Yes, please.
Follow me. There we are, sir. And the bathroom's just through here.
Yes, that'll be fine.
Thank you, Mr. Morrell. Could I take your credit card number, please? Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Thank you. Would you like an early morning call tomorrow?
Well, what time is breakfast?
Between 7 and 9:30.
I'll have a call at 8 a.m, please.
Thank you. And a newspaper in the morning?
Oh, yes. I'll have the Times, please.
Would you like to reserve a table in our restaurant for dinner this evening?
Yes, please.
Dinner's between 7 and 9:30. We'll take care of your luggage. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now going to the theatre.
Hello.
I'd like 2 tickets for Amadeus tonight, please.
Certainly. I have 2 seats in row E at £10 each.
£10. What do you think?
No, that's too expensive.
I can do 2 in row B and they're £8 each.
£8?
Yes, that's all right.
Yes, 2 tickets at £8, please.
Okay. That's £16, please.
Here's £20.
Thank you. That's £4 change and your tickets. Thanks
Thank
very
you
much.
very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
A helping hand. Now, to help you understand and practice, here's a helping hand. First, say what you want. I'd like to.
I would like to change these traveller checks into English money, please.
Okay.
I want?
I want a single room for 2 nights.
Can I?
Can I have 2 tickets for Amadeus tonight, please?
And next, say what you think.
What are your prices?
A single for 2 nights, sir, that's £52 per night, and that includes breakfast and VAT.
That will be all right.
That will be all right.
I have 2 seats in row E at £10 each.
£10. What do you think?
No, that's too expensive.
That's too expensive. And now a chance to see all that again.
Hello, how can I help you?
I would like to change these traveller checks into English money, please.
Okay. Do you have your passport?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. £100?
Yes,
You
please.
just need to sign your cheques on the top for me, please. How would you like the money?
I would like some 10s and 20s, please. And I would like some coins, £5 in £1 coins, please.
That's 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 96, 7, 8, 9, £100 and your receipt. Okay?
Oh, that's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good afternoon, sir. How can I help you?
Good afternoon. I want a single room for 2 nights. What are your prices?
A single for 2 nights, sir, that's £52 per night, and that includes breakfast and VAT.
That will be all right. I'll have a single with bath for 2 nights, please.
Would you like to see the room, sir?
Yes, please.
Follow me. There we are, sir. And the bathroom's just through here.
Yes, that'll be fine.
Thank you, Mr. Morrow. Could I take your credit card number, please? Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Thank you. We'll take care of your luggage. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
I'd like 2 tickets for Amadeus tonight, please.
Certainly. I have 2 seats in row E at £10 each.
£10. What do you think?
No, that's too expensive.
I can do 2 in row B and they're £8 each.
£8?
Yes, that's all right.
Yes, 2 tickets at £8, please.
Okay. That's £16, please.
Here's £20.
Thank you. That's £4 change and your tickets. Thanks
Thank
very
you
much.
very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And now for some specialised English. What is the first thing you do when you visit a foreign country?
We always go to the tourist information office first. There we get leaflets, brochures and street maps.
The first thing I do is change some money. I usually take traveller checks with me. I change them at a bank or a travel agent.
And what's the first thing you do?
Well, we find somewhere to stay, of course. That's the first thing. Sometimes we camp and sometimes we stay at youth hostels.
We always book our hotel accommodation in advance, so the first thing we do is find a good restaurant.
We put the tent up, if we can, and then we unpack our things, and then we cook a meal.
A helping hand. Let's look at those again. Look and listen. First, some words and phrases.
We always go to the tourist information office first.
The Tourist Information Office.
There we get leaflets, brochures and street maps.
leaflets, brochures, street maps.
The first thing I do is change some money.
Change some money.
I usually take traveller checks with me. I change them at a bank or a travel agent.
Traveller's checks. A bank or a travel agent.
Well, we find somewhere to stay, of course. That's the first thing.
Somewhere to stay.
Sometimes we camp,
Camp at a campsite.
and sometimes we stay at a youth hostel.
Stay at a youth hostel.
We always book our hotel accommodation in advance.
Book in advance. Accommodation.
So the first thing we do is find a good restaurant.
We find a good restaurant. What do you take with you when you travel?
I take my camera, a guidebook, some comfortable shoes, a book to read. This is my luggage. I like to travel light.
We pack everything in rucksacks. That's hers, and this one is mine. We take lots of camping equipment. We've got our tent, our cooking stove, waterproof clothes, and of course, good walking boots.
We take clothes and let me see what else. More clothes.
What about books?
Books. Well, yeah, I sometimes bring a book.
We don't take much luggage, but we buy lots of things. Mostly clothes.
What do I take with me? Well, let's see. I always take my passport when I go abroad. And my mobile phone. A pair of sunglasses. And my credit cards. Oh, and her as well, of course.
I take my sunglasses, makeup, and suntan lotion. Oh yes, even in England, you never know.
A helping hand. Let's see that again. Look and listen. All the verbs are in the simple present tense, and there is more useful vocabulary.
I take my camera, a guidebook, some comfortable shoes, a book to read.
A camera. A guidebook. Some comfortable shoes. A good book. And luggage.
We take lots of camping equipment. We've got our tent, our cooking stove, waterproof clothes, and of course, good walking boots.
Camping equipment. A cooking stove. Waterproof clothes. Good boots.
I always take my passport when I go abroad. And my mobile phone. A pair of sunglasses. And my credit cards.
A passport. A mobile phone. Sunglasses. Credit cards.
I take my sunglasses, makeup, and suntan lotion. Oh yes, even in England, you never know.
More sunglasses. Makeup. Suntan lotion.
We pack everything in rucksacks. That's hers, and this one is mine.
That's hers. This one's mine.
We take clothes and let me see what else. More clothes.
Clothes and more clothes.
We don't take much luggage, but we buy lots of things. Mostly clothes.
They don't take much luggage. A negative verb this time. A personal view. Liz Roberts is an information officer at the Tourist Information Centre. She has information on topics that most visitors need before they go out and about.
Tourist information provides information on accommodation, places to visit, will help plan your journey to other areas of the country, information on walks and cycling, gardens to visit, vineyards. Many people are surprised to find that we have vineyards in this country. People come to get leaflets, booklets, guidebooks, maps, books on walks and cycling. Hello, how can I help you?
I'm inquiring about accommodation.
Oh, fine. We have an accommodation guide which you can take away with you, or we can book the accommodation for you.
Oh, lovely.
What type of accommodation were you looking for?
Well, something, farmhouse, something like that.
Farmhouse, yes. How much were you prepared to pay? There are hotels, guest houses, bed and breakfasts, inns, farmhouses, self-catering, caravan and camping sites. Well, in a hotel, you can have just bed and breakfast, or you can have lunch and evening meal. With a guest house, it generally gives bed, breakfast and evening meal. But for a bed and breakfast or a B&B, it's just the bed and your breakfast the next morning. Some visitors to Kent booked their accommodation in advance, arrived at night, the next morning, eager to see the sights of the area. They left, and it wasn't until they were due to return to their accommodation they realised they didn't know where they were staying. They couldn't remember. All they could remember was that the accommodation had a green door. And so they went to their nearest tourist information centre, and the staff there contacted all the accommodations on their guide until they found the accommodation with the green door, and they were able to return.
Tunbridge Castle, Tourist Information Centre. Good afternoon, can I help you?
Tunbridge Castle is a Norman Motte and Bailey castle. It's been here for 900 years, and you can experience life in a medieval castle. Well, there are a lot of stately homes, that is, historic houses. Knowle House is a very famous house not far from here, the largest house in private ownership. You do have to pay an entrance fee to stately homes, historic houses. If you buy a guidebook or souvenirs, that will make your visit that much more expensive. Many of the houses are owned by the National Trust. The National Trust look after many of our historic houses and also care for the countryside. Well, Vita Sackville-West, of course, lived at Knowle. That was her family home. And of course she was a famous writer. And then in Rochester, the city of Rochester, you have the Charles Dickens Centre. Dickens based many of his books, his famous books, around the Medway area. Rochester is a very famous Norman city. It has a Norman castle, a lot of old buildings, old houses, narrow streets, interesting shops, antique shops, museum, and of course the cathedral. A lot of people are interested in our royal family and in our palaces. They come, of course, from all over the world, especially now from Yugoslavia and Russia. We have many Russian visitors and Japanese visitors. I'm always amazed at how good their English is. We English are bad at actually learning other countries' languages, but they are always very good.
Meter man is my name. Reading meters is my game. I know everyone, everyone knows me. Read your meter and have a cup of tea.
This is a very special day. Meter Man is going to read the meter in a historic house, one of the stately homes of England. Oh, yes.
The house that you see at present was built in the time of Queen Elizabeth I. But there was a house on this site right from before the Norman conquest. In fact, the site was owned by...
Tourists in the way again.
Extremely rude. I'm so sorry. He doesn't even look here. Well, I think we should come into the house and continue the tour, if you would follow me.
The tourists aren't allowed in this way. They have to go in the front door, buy the guidebooks, buy the leaflets, buy the tickets, pay the guide. In my job, I can go round the back. England by the back door. Private, not for me. Come on in. One, 3, 1, 5, 1, 2. That is amazing. They use so much electricity. Let's go and find out why.
Now, the tapestry in here is a Mortlake tapestry, a set made especially for the house. Now, I think we'll go to the drawing room. Would you notice on your way the Gothic windows, which were very popular at the end of the 18th century?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I don't need a guide. I don't need a guidebook. I know this place like the back of my hand. That's one of our little sayings, like the back of my hand. And I know that pretty well.
Now, the picture to the right of the fireplace is that of a Mrs. Columbine, and it was painted by Sir Godfrey Kneller, who was a painter at the court of William and Mary, and later of Queen Anne.
Tourists.
And he painted a lot of court beauties. He was in fact knighted by King William III. Now, the hanging that you see on the wall here was part of a set made in about 1700, made for King Augustus the Strong of Poland. And there were 4... The Virgin and Child, painted by the German painter Ignaz Stern, who lived in Rome at about 1700. Now, the little... Oh no, this is really too much. Gentlemen, I wonder whether you would be so good as to remove this lamp.
Do you mind? Get off. Do you mind? Ha.
The staircase was added to the house in 1685. They felt they wanted a grand staircase. Before, it was just a very narrow Tudor staircase, and this is a beautiful oak stairs with, as you see, barley sugar twists and the balustrades made of English oak. Now, this house has the most wonderful furniture in it, but in this bedroom is the most exciting piece of the whole house. In 1590, when Queen Elizabeth was on one of her progresses through the country, this was where she slept. And in this bedroom, we have the actual beautiful oak Tudor bed where the Queen spent the night.
Use your eyes. Keep your eyes open when you are out and about. You can learn a lot if you use your eyes. Arriving in England by car, keep your eyes open on the roads. This factory makes the signs for English roads. Signs for walkers, horse riders, and pedestrians. On the campsite, there are many useful signs. Parking the car is sometimes a problem. Here are some do's and don'ts. Never park on yellow lines. The police may remove your vehicle. In some car parks, you must pay and display. Do you need more information? The Tourist Information Centre is the place for you. That's the end of Unit 2, Out and About. In the student's book, you will find exercises and help with grammar and vocabulary. And there is additional reading material on today's topic. Next time, in Unit 3, the topic is home and family. We meet one English family in their home. Goodbye till then.